What is going on? How is everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a good day so far, and I hope everybody's had a good week so far. But we're here to talk about some LSU football. Lane Kiffin, the Portal King, is back at it as LSU is now front runners for an elite offensive tackle prospect, offensive line prospect, which is one of the gaps that you haven't seen LSU quite fill yet. That they really needed to target in the transfer portal, and they are front runners to get one of the top guys that has entered the entire portal, as well as just landing an elite edge rusher. So we're going to talk about those. Not going to go too in depth on them, but kind of give my thoughts and opinions on it. Let me run some numbers by you, and kind of explain how they maybe fit into this LSU team. And as always, I appreciate all the LSU fans. You guys showed me massive amounts of support on the last videos. So stay tuned for more LSU content. We got a lot coming. But let's get straight into this. Not going to hold you here for too long. So, first one, Jordan Seaton. So, Jordan Seaton, he was a consensus 5-star recruit in the 2024 cycle from from Florida, from IMT Academy, but committed to Colorado to play for Coach Prime. He was the number one offensive tackle in that class. Top 20 national prospect across pretty much every service, like Rivals, 247 Sports, ESPN, On3, pretty much top 10 or top 20 everywhere. He chose Colorado to go play for Coach Prime over big programs such as like Ohio State, Alabama, Tennessee, and LSU, and some more. Pretty much every single team in the entire country offered him when you do go look at his recruiting out of high school. So he made immediate impacts for this Colorado team on that offensive line. And you don't really see many offensive tackles make immediate impacts at such a young age, because tackle is one of the tougher positions to play on the offensive line, coming off the edge and everything, or having to block guys off the edge. In the 2024 season, he started all 13 games. He was a freshman All-American, or he earned freshman All-American honors, and he was graded as one of the top freshman tackles in the entire country, which was no surprise. In 2025, we only started 9 games because there were some injuries there. He earned second team All Big 12 honors, and like I said, he missed the final 3 due to injury. Maybe probably would have been a little bit higher than that. You know, if you really look at him, he's a very strong pass blocker, which I think is going to be very big for LSU, because you got a guy like Sam Levitt now who is going to make plays with his legs, he's going to make plays with his arm, and you're going to have a guy on the edge that's going to be able to protect Sam Levitt. It's probably, I would assume he's probably going to play Sam Levitt's blind side. Maybe they'll move him around. I'm not too sure. You know, it's a big bidding war for a lot of teams right now, but LSU is the front runners right now. You know, he's looking to like the $2.5 to $3 million range to get Jordan Seaton, based off of like value that we've seen from these other companies that have put it out there. And this is a guy who's going to play in the NFL one day. He's going to be an NFL tackle. He's going to eventually be a very high draft prospect. But like I said, it's going to be a bidding war to get him. You know, there's LSU's the front runners right now, but Oregon's making a push for him. Miami's making a push for him. Mississippi State has made a honestly surprising push for him as well, because his offensive line coach from Colorado is now at Mississippi State. So that's something to monitor as well. But I think he's ultimately probably going to end up at LSU if it were to. I mean, I would expect news at any time, to be honest. But I think Miami is another one to watch for. I think Miami could very much swoop in with a lot of money as well. I think it's going to come down to LSU and Miami. And right now, it seems like LSU was in the lead, but you know how stuff is in the transfer portal. It could change in the blink of an eye. So I wouldn't take too much out of it quite yet. But if you do look at him, he's, like I said, elite pass protector, 5-star pedigree, high football IQ for, obvious reasons. Like I said, he's proven to be able to start at tackle in college. He still has several years of eligibility. Like I said, he's going to be a future NFL player. And I think he's going to be outstanding. He's going to be a very good player for LSU, and I think it's an absolutely grand slam pickup if you can go out and get him, because you know Lane Kiffin has really dominated the portal at every single position so far, except you're still lacking that offensive line. You still need some more linemen, and if you can go out and get one of the best guys in the entire transfer portal, then you got something going. I think you already got something going, but man, this will be the cherry on top. So as of today, LSU did go out and get Princewill Umamillan from Ole Miss. Kind of figured this would be it. This was kind of a long, dragged out process, but now it's finally done. He is now an LSU Tiger as of today. He's committed. This is a guy from Texas, former four-star recruit, and man, was this guy a big key asset to that Ole Miss defense. And I think Lane Kiffin saw that. I can't wait to see this guy in a Blake Baker defense. And he's going to be super explosive off the edge in the Blake Baker defense. I think you're going to see leaps and bounds taken to his game. I think he's going to improve his game a lot. If you do look at last year, 45 tackles, 1 interception. He had 9 sacks last year for Ole Miss. I expect those numbers to go up a little bit more because you're going to have some very elite players coming off the edge. So I expect those numbers to go up. Like I said, he's the number 1 edge in the entire portal. And some places, some sites have him as far up as a top 3 player in the portal, top 3 defense player in the portal. You got a dog right here. You got a real dude. And I think this is going to be somebody, like I said, I think you're still going to see him develop even more. And this is a guy, I don't really know if he has first round pedigree, like for draft next year or the next few years, but would it shock me if he went first round? No, not one bit. Not one bit. Because like I said, I think his game is going to step up even more at LSU because you're going to have more guys around you. You'll have more one-on-ones than what you did at Ole Miss. I love this pickup for LSU. I think it's a massive pickup for Blake Baker, massive Lane Kiffin pickup, and the Portal King keeps going. The Portal King keeps going, and I know LSU Tiger fans are extremely excited about this. So that'll be it for this one. I greatly appreciate you guys as always. If you did enjoy this video, I greatly appreciate it if you did consider subscribing to the channel. LSU fans, let me know in the comments what you think of this. How bad do you want Jordan Seaton? Is there anybody else in the transfer portal that you would like to get? How do you like the Princewill pickup? So, yeah, that'll do it. I appreciate you guys as always, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.